Hi, guys, and thank you for tuning in today. I have my notes, so if I'm glancing down, just note that I just want to make sure I hit all all my points. But I wanted to uh, share a very personal journey I've been going through for the past year, and that journey has is leading up to my dental implant surgery in August. And you might be wondering, like, how did I get here where I'm needing multiple implants? Well, let me bring you back to my childhood. And I know you're thinking your childhood. Like, yes, my childhood. So growing up, I would get these recurrent infections that affected my molars on my left and right side. And I went through various types of treatments, antibiotics, fillings, root canals, things of that sort. And eventually, that the root canals failed. So as an adult, I once the root canals failed and fractured at the gum line, I decided to have them extracted. Um, and I knew during the extraction process that I would always come back to get the implants done. But in the early 2000s, the implants were very expensive. And with me having two young kids, it was just not, you know, affordable. So I delayed it, I adapted, and then it just reached a point where I knew I had to act. And that came when I started to subtly see some changes in my jawline, um, my left versus my right. And I knew I could not delay any longer. So I had consultations with many different dentists, general dentists, and oral surgeons. And I finally found a dentist who really listened to my background story. And she connected the dots between my TMJ issues with my CPAP usage and my overall oral health. I like, great. For the first time, I felt like I found a dentist who had a real plan, a detailed, comprehensive plan to help restore my oral health and not just patch these up. First thing she did was refer me to a TMJ specialist, and I had an appliance made, and I did the exercises, and I saw improvements. Then I met the surgeon who would initially do my implants. Because my wisdom teeth on both sides kind of shifted into the open spaces, um, I knew he said I would need to have those extracted, which I kind of knew already. I would need to have those extracted to make room for the implants. So we started, and he wanted to do one side at a time. I'm like, okay, great. So I had the left side wisdom tooth extracted, and that went well. The problem arose when it was time to do the bone graft to help build up the bone in that area because a lot of bone was already lost. And uh, I developed an infection. And with that infection, I needed 2 rounds of antibiotics. And and because of the infection and antibiotics, the graft site was compromised. Now, during that recovery period, I experienced um, pain like nothing I ever experienced pain before. It was excruciating, and at times it was blinding. And I personally felt like my pain wasn't being addressed or being taken serious. Uh, and due to that experience, I lost confidence in that particular surgery. So I decided to seek another opinion. So now I'm on my fifth opinion. The new surgeon evaluated uh, everything and explained my options. And this told me, point blank, I'm continuing to experience bone loss. So at that point, I knew there was no more time to delay. I needed to act to just preserve the bone and prevent further bone loss. So thankfully, this new surgeon would be able to do all three implants at once. The price is still shocking, not shocking back in 2000 prices, but still three implants is still pricey. So I decided to stage the treatment instead. I was going to do the left side because that's more compromised, and then follow into the right in October. So that's what we're going to do. In August, I'll have the two implant posts put in August, along with the abutments. And then during that healing process, and once that's all healed, they'll do the final crown, which is the artificial tooth. While in the midst of the healing in October, I'll go back and have the right side done. Now, just like the left, they will have to remove the wisdom tooth that shifted into the open space to make room for the implant. And then from there, but they'll do it all in one session. So they will remove the wisdom tooth. They would put the post in and the abutment all in one session. And then I will, heal from that. And once the healing is done, they'll go in and do the final crown, which is the artificial tip. So hopefully, once everything heals, they'll place the implant. It will complete my oral restoration. So once everything heals, it will complete my oral restoration. But the lesson I learned through this whole experience is that not every health challenge is visible. And my goal isn't perfection. My goal is to preserve the bone I have and prevent further bone loss. And most people can't even tell that I'm missing my molars because it doesn't affect my smile line. My smile line is still intact. But I feel it every day, either through speaking, chewing. Those things are a little bit different for me. So nevertheless, the x-rays made it clear that, now is the time to act. So my surgery is scheduled for August, and I will be documenting the recovery process right here. And I hope that you will follow along, like, share, click subscribe as I work to restore my oral health. But thank you for listening to my story, and see you next time.